John Marks has filed numerous Freedom of Information suits against the CIA and has unearthed much new material. He is the author of The Search for the Manchurian Candidate, a history of intelligence agency work with mind control.
You can say that the CIA played a major role in bringing LSD to America. And when we think of the counterculture in the 60s, I think we can think a lot of the CIA and say, by mistake, the CIA brought LSD into this country and created a research industry. They were done so secretly and with so little outside control that the people involved in them just got swept away in the momentum of the experiments. And when you're going into the human brain and you're trying to find ways to make people do things, I mean, the unethical possibilities, the directions you can go off into are immense, and they did. And I put in a request last year, and the government, the CIA, said to me that they had 130 boxes more of material, of activities going on into the 1960s and 70s. It was things like electrodes in the brain, search for amnesia, psychosurgery, parapsychology, things that are very bizarre, and which the CIA is not the only government agency into these things. A lot of foreign government agencies, the Soviets, look at them very carefully. But the idea that you could control human behavior, that you could make people do things they didn't want to do, is just awfully appealing to intelligence agencies.
It was here that the CIA funded a series of experiments, severe experiments. The work was done by the Institute's then director, Dr. Ewan Cameron. It is the closest experimentation to brainwashing yet disclosed. His work, unprecedented in psychiatry, consisted of 3 areas which he called sleep therapy, psychic driving, and the ultimate depatterning.
And he was willing to take his patients and use electroshock on them and totally destroy their memory with electroshock. Electroshock is a technique where you run current through a person's head. And what he did is he kept the machines on until he created what he called complete amnesia. In other words, that the person had no memory whatsoever. And the CIA was interested in this because if they could make an agent who knew too much forget, that would have a great use in the clandestine business. It turns out that Dr. Cameron's technique wiped out memory in a kind of a bludgeon sort of way. It wasn't specific enough for the CIA.